What if the democracy we've always believed in is slipping away right before our eyes? In 2025, new laws, protests erupting across the country, and surveillance straight out of a dystopian novel are forcing us to ask, are our leaders protecting democracy, or are they just grabbing more power? Let's dig into what's happening, because this could change the America we know forever. New laws and the voting rights crisis. First, let's look at what's happening behind the scenes. In recent years, several states have passed new voter ID laws and stricter registration rules. The official reason? Preventing election fraud. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the issue. Experts at the Brennan Center warn that these laws could make it harder for millions of Americans, especially people in low-income, rural, and minority communities, to vote. In Georgia alone, about 10% of polling places have closed, mostly in majority-minority neighborhoods. According to the Department of Justice, this coincided with a 20% drop in voter turnout in affected areas. And it's not just Georgia. States like Texas and Arizona are following the same path. So let's be real. Is this truly about election integrity, or about deciding who gets a voice? Because if millions of us are effectively pushed out of the system, that's not democracy, that's control. Protests and a nation on edge. Now let's talk about what's happening in the streets. In the past few weeks, thousands of Americans have rallied across the country, from Washington, D.C. to Chicago, protesting changes to voting laws and broader concerns about Democratic backsliding. In cities like Portland, demonstrations escalated, with reports of clashes between protesters and police leading to dozens of arrests. It's a reminder of the unrest we saw back in 2020. On social media, movements like Save Democracy have exploded with over 1 million posts in just the past month. But here's the hard question. If the divide keeps deepening, will we still be looking at peaceful protests, or are we heading towards something even more dangerous? Surveillance, tech, and the erosion of free speech. Now, something even more alarming. Surveillance. Under the banner of fighting disinformation, the government has expanded monitoring of online speech, deploying artificial intelligence tools to track what people are posting. Recent reports show that a significant portion of flagged or banned accounts belong to individuals simply criticizing government policies. Ordinary citizens, not bad actors. Civil liberties organizations like the ACLU have raised red flags, warning that this could be the beginning of a serious threat to First Amendment rights. And it's not just online. Some cities have started testing facial recognition technology at public events, citing security concerns. But let's ask the real question. If the government can watch everything we say and everywhere we go, how free are we really? Global fallout and America's dimming light. And it's not just about what's happening at home. The world is watching. For decades, America stood as a symbol of freedom and democracy. But as internal divisions grow, other powers are stepping in. China, for instance, has increased its tech exports to Africa by over 30% in recent years. Meanwhile, Europe is taking the lead on global trade and climate agreements. Analysts at organizations like the World Trade Organization warn that if America's internal fractures continue, we could see a significant decline in U.S. global influence over the next decade. And if America loses its role as a global advocate for democracy and human rights, who steps up to fill that void? Are we ready to hand that responsibility to nations that don't share our values? Conclusion. So, protection of democracy or a power grab? We're standing at a crossroads, and it's up to us to choose which way we go. We can demand transparency, protect our rights, and rebuild trust. Or we can lose the America we know. What do you think? Is democracy worth fighting for right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this got you thinking, share this video with your friends. The world is watching. Let's show them what we stand for. Together.